Our function is to work together because apart from each other we cannot function at all. The whole power of God's Son lies in all of us, but not in any of us alone. God would not have us be alone because He does not will to be alone. That is why He created His Son and gave Him the power to create with Him. Our creations are as holy as we are, and we are the sons of God Himself, as holy as He is. Through our creations we extend our love and thus increase the joy of the Holy Trinity. Once again, Jesus reflects for us the undivided unity of the sonship and its creations. Since the whole is found in each part, by not placing the guilt-ridden burden of separation as a barrier between ourselves and others, and between ourselves and Jesus, we express the joining that reflects the oneness joined as one. This unity is the sonship, the symbolic second person of the Trinity that is one with the whole. I share with God the knowledge of the value He puts upon you. My devotion to you is of Him, being born of my knowledge of myself and Him. We cannot be separated. Whom God has joined cannot be separated, and God has joined all His sons with Himself. Can you be separated from your life and your being? Whom God has joined cannot be separated is another reference to a well-known statement attributed to Jesus in the Gospels. The Catholic Church has viewed this as God's law that divorce is sinful. In A Course in Miracles, however, Jesus reinterprets the statement as an expression of the atonement principle. We cannot be separated from perfect oneness, our true home. We can dream of separation from God and from His Son, but this has no effect upon our reality or our brothers. Recognizing our union with Jesus allows us to recognize our union with each other, the condition for remembering our eternal union with God. The journey to God is merely the reawakening of the knowledge of where you are always and what you are forever. It is a journey without distance to a goal that has never changed. Truth can only be experienced. It cannot be described, and it cannot be explained. I can make you aware of the conditions of truth, but the experience is of God. Together we can meet its conditions, but truth will dawn upon you of itself. Since we never left heaven, how can we return to it? Salvation is not truly a journey, but a remembering of ourself. Since this truth cannot be described or explained, but only experienced, Jesus does not attempt to do so. He merely reflects our oneness and points to the condition of awakening to it. He explains that what we made in separation and helps us understand why we did so and why we still cling to our miscreations. This condition of truth, forgiveness, can be taught, and in saying that truth will dawn upon you of itself, Jesus refers to God's aforementioned and metaphoric last step. We fulfill our role of forgiveness, and as our eyes open to the truth, God seemingly fulfills His. Yet all that has happened is the ending of the dream and our joyful awakening to the reality we never left. What God has willed for you is yours. He has given His will to His treasure, whose treasure it is. Your heart lies where your treasure is, as does His. You who are beloved of God are wholly blessed. Learn this of me and free the holy will of all those who are as blessed as you are. Our decision-making minds, i.e., our hearts, truly belong with the Holy Spirit in our right minds, for His loving presence reminds us of our treasure as God's Son. Jesus' purpose in this course is to instruct us first that we have a mind, and second that we can choose God's blessing instead of the ego's curse. Atonement instead of separation, love instead of fear. In doing so, we teach others as we were taught. This concludes the wonderful hymn to ourself. As we go through our day, we need to hold these thoughts of oneness, truth's constant presence, as a leitmotif to which we bring our temptations to make separation real. Without such vigilance, these wonderful thoughts end up empty, for their meaning is found only when we bring our illusions to their truth. The theme of atonement, our unchanging oneness, is the right-minded backdrop against which the ego's fearful drama of guilt unfolds and is undone. We have considered this in almost every chapter, because the ego's fear of oneness is one of the crucial themes of our symphony. We now turn to some passages that describe the terror of choosing oneness over separation, of choosing to let the ego go as our teacher and embracing the Holy Spirit's teachings instead.